任せてください。何でもお預かりしますよ。こんにちは。何かあったら声をかけてください。
これで大丈夫よ。ふっふっ。ふっ。ふっふっふっふっ。
Alright, boys, we have a roughly 2,000 to maybe around 2,400 tickets to grind before we are 133. And then from 133, if I have OC, and probably will not have energy restores, should maybe possibly be around 3,000, excuse me, 3,000 maybe or so for 134, 3-ish, 34, I would say around 3,600 tickets. Be 360 billion, so roughly around those ages. Anyway, so we're gonna try to get to maybe 133 today. And we're gonna probably grind maybe sometime tomorrow as well, because I do have work. Cannot be up past 11 or 12. Well, at least not grinding games. So, in all honesty, I'm not really confident that we're gonna hit level 134 tonight. But one can try. Because right now I'm roughly around a half, so it's around 2,000 tickets, because if I remember correctly, I would need probably around 2,400, because I used, I think, 1,400 tickets to get to where I'm at now from a quarter. So roughly around 2,600 to 2,400 would be the sweet spot, and I can grind out the rest, if I have time, on Dew Creek. The mother loads of all mother loads, Dew fucking Creek. Ugh. Anyway. Where the hell am I drink? Oh, okay. But cheers to anybody who's watching or will watch later on. This is me grinding my life away because, you know, 10 OC restores cheap as hell. Gotta go get them grinds. But gotta get them levels. But at the same time, you know, 133 is basically what I'm really worried about, because purgatory weapons, blah 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 blah. Even though I heard purgatory weapons are really good, they're also a pain in the ass to make. And not only are they a pain in the butt, but they also rely on your HP to be lower than what you're supposed to be. So, as opposed to rhyme and things like that, you know, you're supposed, maybe, some weapons you need to be full health or above 80 or above 60, whatever, to achieve certain stat bonuses. But the purgatory weapons require you to be lower. The lower you are, the stronger you are. Which is a decent trade-off, but at the same time, if you're doing a dungeon where your boss does like 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 a hit, and you're at fucking 15k HP, and you're in a corner, that can be a really big hassle. To stay, to stay below 40, 30%. But it is what it is with that. Appreciate everybody who watches these streams. I know a lot of my viewers aren't subbed or not a big fan of me. Just stay and watch my mayhem, I guess. I really don't know. But feel free to comment. Feel free to say something. You know, if you have any questions about Onigiri. I mean, I've about 4 or 5 years, about almost 5 years now of Oni experience. So yeah, about 5.5. Almost. I don't know. I forgot. But let's just say I started playing the game before I was 16. And I am almost 21 now. So, yeah. Yeah, it's about 6 years. So, if anybody does have questions, let me know. Sorry for the lack of uploads on the channel. And just generally, I don't want to make this a sentimental thing, but sorry for anybody who's been around me and maybe have noticed, like, or people I hang out with from my stream, like when I'm not streaming, and like giving friends and everything like that, like, just, you know, in general, sorry, sorry for that. Sorry, my voice is a little shot from doing a lot of singing, but rehearsal sucks. But at the same time, you know, I'm sorry, and for those people who know what I'm talking about, you know. But anyway, so how's everybody's day going? I hope everybody's day is going well. I don't really mean to commentate a lot over this. I do know Onigiri does get kind of boring after a while to just to sit here and listen and watch. It does get boring. So I know some people prefer listening to the in-game Oni music. Some don't. I really don't, because it's annoying. Unless you're talking maybe like Lucy's music, then always. But Oni music is kind of boring, repetitive. They should have a setting to where you can make your game just play whatever fucking theme song out of Oni that you want, instead of just it being what it is now. You know what I mean? Because a lot of areas reuse the same shit. Maybe it might be mixed in a different way, but you know. By the way, this person here is a capper. I think that's the one. Is it? Well, I can't see the fucking player list name. Is it? Had someone tell me they wanted to buy a bunch of outfits from me and didn't do it. But I sat here for 3 hours, literally, waiting for this person saying, "Oh, I'm gonna go and buy outfits." Okay. Anyway, that's for my dumb self wasting 3 hours of my fucking day that I don't have to grind. Because I have to work. But hey, how's everybody doing? What the fuck am I looking for? Oh. But, you know, I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're enjoying the new Oni. Because, let's be fucking honest, we've needed something like this for a while. Holy shit. Okay, I thought I was about DC. To be honest, I really do wish, Cyberstep, if they're watching, that y'all really will fix the DCs. Please. Like, I can stand idle for 5 minutes in DC. Like, please. Cyberstep. Come on, man. Also, my room is not working as well. So, if you're watching any dev or whatever, mod, please relay that to them. Can you not? Thank you. Holy shit, dude. Don't know what just came out. I was trying to say shit, but it went to shoot. I don't know. Accent, whatever. It is what it is, right? That's my fault. Also, anybody in the comments who may click on the video or whatever, do wonder, what should I go for as far as mags? Because generally, I'm kind of, well, I mean, I'm pretty strong in my own way. Like with fire, I'm basically cat fire. I'm pretty cap with everything, but at the same time, it's just like lightning. Bah. Like, I need lightning in my life. Like, should I? Okay, let's just throw this away, as I'll figure it out. But question: should I go for Frozen Hell, or should I go for Redux? Redux mags. The one thing I don't like about Redux mags is, even though they give you triple main ailment in the game, and probably better defense, then Frozen's as you all know, I'm a main twin, so I main my twin. I've been twin for basically 6 years now. I have not switched. I don't have a side or a subclass or anything like that. At least not yet, because my message to a lot of people is if you want to get good at the game, if you're not at your max potential that you can be for your class, please, for the love of God, spare yourself the headache of trying to focus on 2 different weapons at the same exact time, because you're going to grind out essentially double the mags. In some mag, let's say Tempest, Twin Tempest needs bow fuse. If you're trying to be a bow, it's gonna contradict your twins or whatever class. Very contradicting. I always tell people, focus on one class at a time, especially if you're new. Focus on one thing at a time and then worry about what you want to do as your subclass. Me personally, if you're a twin or any sort of close quartered kind of weapon, so let's be real, nobody really uses Odachi, but Odachi, sword, axe, twin, anything like that, choose a class to where you have more variety, because you don't want to up close and personal classes. Let's just be freaking real with that. Oh, and spear. Spear is a little up close, but it's also a ranged thing as well. A spear can be a little fun, but I prefer bow. Most people who are even NG, people who know Nagatsuda NG, had a little chat with him, and my best recommendation, it was, you know, bow, because it's the most versatile. It's a little hard to use bow though, I will say that. With some moves, because most of the moves on bow is water, like lightning shot, spin. I don't even know why the hell spin kick's a thing, but bow's got some good moves. I like bow, and that was a class I was focusing on until a bunch of this other shit came out. Then I took a 4-month break from playing video games. Like, I barely got on my computer to play Roblox and things like that, and barely even developed games, blah 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 blah. I just started walking and working a lot. So, you know, I'm not as strong as I used to be. So my main focus is my twin. Like, I want to get my dark fin weapons. I do want to get Eternal Ice and my Frozen Hell, which is basically asking for a death sentence at that point. Sorry for saying I'm a lot, guys. It's just like I don't really talk a lot, but yeah. I really don't know what mag I want to go for with Frozen, like whether Frozen Hell or the Redux mag, because I've heard it's very good, but at the same time, I'd rather have 160 ice plus 50 from a Tempest, because what I'm planning on doing is doing 2 Frozen Hells and a Tempest, and maybe a Chiami or a Great Dog if I can have room for it. Maybe a different kind, like a prodigal, whatever, those little Jade mags that we have. I want to probably put that, maybe either Monsoon or Frost. So as that, so I'll basically be just over fucking powered when it comes to ice and rain. Well, mainly ice, because that's my main element. That's what I'm gonna focus on. Rain is my alt element, so I don't really give a shit about my rain element right now. I want to really focus on making my twins the best builds as far as ice goes, and then focus on rain and then dark and blah blah blah. But that's on the road. I do have good weapons as it is. It's just I have just this itchy feeling that I'm not at my strongest by no means now, because of all the content that I've missed. Even though most of the events, when I was taking a 4-month break, I would check what ones they were. There were a bunch of shitty events like Summer Festival, who gives a shit. The last event we had, who gave a shit. Well, no, that last event was decent, the little sport thing, but I didn't really care for it too much. But yeah, like, I'm a hard person to really, like, to kind of get in a grinding motivation of this game, because I spent 6 years playing this game. I'm very, very passionate about the game. I'm not passionate enough to drop thousands on it though. I think I've dropped like $600-700 in total out of 6 years I've been on here. But at the same time, you know, it's just like I really do miss this game a lot. Like back a couple years ago, there was a shit ton of people. Even though a couple years ago, a lot of the rifters were toxic as hell. A lot of relationships being broken and cheats and things, and just toxic iiEndz back in those days. And now we moved from toxic to dead. And I'm very passionate about this game. Like I really am. Like I love this game. That's why I'm overcritical, or I'll send some things to Cyberstep, like ideas and things like that. Like honestly, we really need an alternate way of farming XP. Because not everybody is going to fucking have OC and things like that. Yep, that's the capper right there. Fuck you. Anyway, no, not everyone's going to have OC to grind, or energy restores to continue to go and go and go and go and go. So I think we really need, at least the dungeons that really matter about XP farming need to be increased. Dew Creek, please. For the lag that it's worth. Please increase Dew Creek. Like Dew Creek needs to be increased. A lot of the hardcore areas that are new, for people that are new, like, well, new would be an interesting thing. Like add a fucking purgatory mode to it or something. Like add a, not Oni mode, not like a purgatory mode when it's like overly hard, but like a mode that's basically meant for XP and not drops. Like take every fucking drop and drop and all that shit out of it and just leave it mainly for XP, and maybe leave it locked behind a door. So maybe you can do like maybe, I don't know, 30 to 50 runs a day, and that's it. You know what I mean? Maybe you can give maybe about, I would say, what would be a good idea, maybe 100 to 120 mil a day. I mean, every single run. So that's down to like maybe like 5 to 10 billion, which is a decent amount. I mean, plus your EXP boost. So like they need to do it that way, like a mode that's specifically meant for only XP. No drops, no Ryu, just XP. For those who like to grind a lot of XP, just outside of the XP dungeon. The one thing I would also include was, for the love of God, can you please, like, can Cyberstep please, like, make bots? I know that sounds stupid, but hear me out. Some drops that we farm need a specific amount of people in a party. Now, given how, one, how dead the game is, two, how glitchy it is, because how people get DC'd and fall through the map and shit like that, we need bots. Like, if you, for instance, let's say we can click on create a party, and there'd be like an add bot option beside who you want to invite, or whatever. Like add a bot to your party that is specifically meant for you to grind with, and whenever you log out, that goes away. You know what I mean? So something along those lines where it's not so fucking hard to find a body party. Like, people don't make body parties in this game. They really don't, because it's dead. Like, make a area for bots. You know what I mean? Like, add bot. And however many you need, click the button how many times. So if you want a max party, you want 2 bots, 1 bot, 3 bot, whatever. You mean add that amount to your party, and there you go. And whatever you leave that party or DC or whatever, it resets, and you gotta remake it again. That way it's just not sitting inside the party recruitment, and you have a bot there, and you have like 300 fucking parties just sitting there, because you can't close them out, because bots don't know how to do it. Like that, I think, is something we really, really need for people who farm. Maybe a little broken, whatever. But at least it'd be better for people who choose to grind, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, like if you want that specific mag, and you need 2 people at least to get it, or 3, chances are you're not going to really find them. So, Like bot option? OP. I mean, I have other few ideas, but honestly, I really think that they should do in dungeons that really matter, like especially Dew Creek, like every area that has the highest amount of XP doable, that's meant for speed farming, should be increased, or should have a mode added to where it's just strictly for XP. No Ryu and things like that, just straight out fucking XP. So I think that would be very beneficial for those who are lower tiers and don't have, or just get into the game and literally don't know what the hell they're doing, or don't understand how to get XP, because guess what, they're more than likely not going to have the OC or the fucking restores from the events and things like that to farm it with. I think that'll make the game very feasible and very at least a bit less grindless, like less lifelike grinding, like spending, like you feel like you're spending your fucking life grinding XP. I also think at least from like 133, like 133 should be decreased a little bit, because it is kind of hard from like 132 to 133. I've heard from 135 and up is easy as hell, but I don't know, I'm not there yet, so I gotta really think. But I think we need to get maybe one minor, maybe a mediocre to minor EXP decrease, a little bit, just a little bit, make it a little easier, but not to the point where it's so easy where you can spend like 3 hours in your cap for 140. Like no, not that easy. But yeah. Like, those are the main things I really hope for, is like for them to get off their ass and make a mode where we can, especially with Dew Creek, make that kind of into a major spot for grinding without energy. Like, have like a mode, have like 30 runs to maybe 50 runs a day or whatever, or even a fucking week, depending, whatever. Or, well, that's still a little too much, that's a little too less, but maybe a day, 30 to 50 runs a day. And if they stop, then it still resets itself to 50, back to 50 every day. But not make the XP to where it's like you're getting so much that you're leveling like rapidly fast. You know what I mean? Like I said, maybe like 150 mil, 100 to 200 mil a run, maybe. Be a little feasible for that. The adding bots to a party option would be interesting as well, because like I said, no one really makes parties in this game. That's why everybody glitch parties them, but now they have the new TOS. You glitch party, you double drop anything like that, you will get a warning. You'll get, I think, like 2 warnings, then you get a warning from a mod, then you just get permanently fucking banned. Yeah. So, and honestly, like, though it's a little wonky to abuse a glitch, but at the same time, if it makes the game more enjoyable and easier to grind, it really shouldn't be looked down upon. Unless it's like really ruining the game experience. But in a dungeon like this where you double drop, it should be allowed, because honestly, you're getting 1 run out of 2 runs. True, it's kind of wasting energy, but then again, it makes it more enjoyable and not have to strain you as much to do. You know what I mean? And still, you have to be very precise with double drop. Like, not every time you're gonna get a double drop. You know what I mean? Like me, I got good to the point to where I could, but very few people will get that. I mean, even people who are best at double dropping will fucking miss every once in a while. It's not guaranteed, you know what I mean? So, I don't really want to make this into a ranting stream, but honestly, some of the drops even some of the drops in dungeons, like that's the third thing that's on my list that I wish Cyberset would fix. Why the fuck do we get more uncommon item or more rare items than we do uncommon sometimes? You know what I mean? Like, why? Why is that a thing? Like, we get jewels, or we get hearts, or we get marrows, or we get more hearts before we get marrows, and like, it makes no damn sense. Like, we need to get that fixed a little bit, because you should not be getting like less uncommon, like the rarest item more than you should be getting an uncommon. Like, it makes no sense. Like, logically and mathematically, it makes no damn sense. You know what I mean? Like, please fix that script. The drop tables that need to be fixed. It's just, I don't know, man. There's a lot of things on this game that I'm really passionate about to see fixed and see more enjoyable for people who are new. I really think they just need to change it up. Like, they really need to switch things up a little bit, because right now the fan base is dying. That's why they made the whole fucking mobile thing. I think they need to really focus on one main console. Like, focus on the main stuff. Because right now they merged us with Japan. Fine and dandy. But the main reason they did that is because both sides of servers are dead. And I honestly believe that later down the road that they're going to end up shutting JP servers down. So that means no more Oni for PS4 or anything. They're just gone. Other than mobile, maybe. I understand making more consoles adherable, so you can make more money, things like that. But at the same damn time, it's like, it's gonna strain you more and put more, you got to put more budget into the fucking other consoles that are maybe like way behind compared to us. Like, put all that time, energy, and effort into thinking of ways to make the game better. Fix the drop tables. Mix things up with events. Like, if we like have a poll instead of just giving us random events, have a poll. Like, give us like 3 events to choose from or 2 events to choose from, and you can span it out and see what people want. You know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, here's an event that's going to literally take you 6 hours to do, and then you're done. Then you're just spinning in circles running, what the fuck do I do now? Now I got to sit here and, you know, do nothing because I'm at my max. I don't have nothing to do. So then it makes the game less enjoyable. That person pops off Oni, waits the next month for a new event, and decides if it's worth playing or not. If it's a shitty event, they're not going to play it. So it's like, give us, like, make it more about the community, honestly. Like, that's what I really think about. But that thing you need to honestly do is they need to make a poll for updates, what we need to do, like what we want. And for the love of God, stop giving us fucking Vanguards. Like, fucking please. Like, we have over 50 Vanguards in the game. I think that's enough. Like, please stop giving us so many Vanguards. I mean, honestly, it makes it easier to spend. Like, oh yeah, more money to spend for. But if you look at it, I mean, statistically, they make more money on people buying resource. Yeah. Than they do people spending Neon. I think we need more outfits that are more unique and less just bland like this. Like make us more outfits and maybe have an aura or something around it. Not like anything eye-gouging, like you can't fucking see the screen. Like something that's just, you know, just a little more unique, you know what I mean? Like the game, like that outfit that has an aura around it, and not like your effects, because it takes up an effects slot. Like, who's gonna want to put that effect on a, let's say you have a Oda that gives you 25% attack. Why the fuck do you want to take that off and put some weird old effect around you? Like, make the outfit itself have an effect. Like some of the face things that we got from last event had effects on it. Like, why not outfits? Like, come on, man. It just makes it more aesthetically pleasing, and for those who choose to roll for outfits, you're gonna be making more because it's like, oh my god, this actually looked really good. Like, auras on some of the weapons we have are fucking ridiculously good. You know what I mean? Like, I think they really need to make things a little more aura based. Like, if you hit 140 or 135 or 130 even, they should all have like a minor aura around you to show that, hey, they did this. You know what I mean? But I honestly think 140 should have like 135 and 140 should have an aura. I really don't give a shit about 130, but I'm just pulling strings. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I think the more unique outfits that are more like maybe loose, more like not like loose, like where it's showing shit, Put like more dangly, you know, like aura base, like have a little more auras around it. Just make it more anime based, you know what I mean? Like some animes where people have outfits based on their level. And the more stronger they are, the crazier they look, and things like that. Now, as far as a cosmetic thing goes, I honestly believe, you know, like skip the vanguards. You know what I mean? Skip the vanguards. We have enough, for the love of God. Like, I'd rather you just make all our vanguards in the game 150 than keep on giving us random ass vanguards. Hello person who joined the stream. I'm just ranting about things that could make the game better while we farm XP. We can join the rant too. Maybe Cyberstep will actually give a shit. Because I already covered 3 things that would make the game better. But as I was saying, outfits that are more unique and have maybe different types of effects on them and things like that, I think would be great. I think they will make more money than people who just oh yeah, here's a vanguard. Have fun getting it to 10 scrolls. Have fun to making it 5 scrolls. Not everybody is going to do that, because statistically, you can spend $2,000 and only get only 3 vanguards or 3 platinums. Who the hell is going to drop $3,000 to roll to fucking 5 scroll a damn vanguard? Like, sorry, but no. I'm just not that type of guy. I think they should maybe 5 scroll a bunch of vanguards that deserve it. In my opinion, instead of just coming out with a bunch of other vanguards that, honestly, at this current point, no one gives a shit about. First couple of years of new vanguards, it was nice, it was good, but power creep is fucking stupid. Like, stop giving us vanguards that are power creep. Like, take that time and effort that you're doing to design it, making effects and stuff, and just focus on the more aesthetically pleasing side of the game. Like bots for a party. If you don't have the party, you want to make a party. You can't glitch a party because you'll get banned, right? Add a button to where we make bots. Like do creep. Make a mode that's only meant for XP. Take out the reuse, take out the drops, all that. So let's say you get, instead of getting 80 mil a run, let's say you get a set base to maybe 200-300 million a run, and that's not including boosts. Like, because not everybody's gonna have a bunch of energy like this to grind this. Makes it more stressful on new players, because they're gonna want to farm new or something like that, and there's not gonna be nobody to have body parties or 105 grinding. Like, no one plays the game no more, because it's like they keep doing the same bullshit. I don't mean to be mean, but I love this fucking game. I'm passionate about it, and I have a bunch of ideas, like community polls for events. Other than like, oh, here's this event. In a day, it's gone. You got it done in a day. Okay, so what the hell we do now? 3 hours. Okay, my whole event's done. Now I gotta go and pump on League of Legends or Smite for the rest of the fucking month. Because you know, this game's boring. Because I completed the event, I'm capped, like, honestly, like, what the hell? Come on, Cyberstep. Community polls for events. That's good. Maybe even polls for, like, I don't know, maybe what outfit designs or what effects on an outfit to have. Like, well, let's get real here. Like, the outfits, they're good and all. Some of them are good, and some of them are just straight ass. Like, they need to up their game as far as, like, you add all these crazy effects to weapons and vanguards, why not outfits? Because honestly, I'm not using an accessory slot just to put a fish aura around me that looks like shit to begin with. Like, I'd rather have my Nobunaga 25% attack and all that on there. You know what I mean? If it's laggy for some people because of the auras, have a setting where it turns it off. Like, there's so many ideas that I have, man. Like, fuck. but I was also a game developer for 3 years, so it's like, I don't know. I think also for $100, 1,000 OC for $100. Like, does anybody have a feeling where they should kind of maybe give more OC for the amount that we spend? Just a little bit. Because granted, the rolls for, let's say, you spend $100 on 1,000 OC. Granted, you do like 5 rolls, it's gone. You could have just spent $100 on food or for your car payment or something. Like, they should give us more OC. If they're not willing to do that, give us more OC on login. So we can kind of like creep our way up faster without having to like pay $10 to get 100 OC. When it takes fucking 10 days to get 100. Like, give us more OC. Per login. Not just through events. Because some people don't have money up their ass to spend on this game. You know what I mean? Maybe like 30 OC a day or some shit. You know what I mean? And obviously, granted, that will only be used for like free, like either your common energy restores and things like that. Like, you can't use that free OC to buy bazaar items and stuff like that. So it'd be, you know what I mean, free OC. Kind of just to keep it kind of level a little bit. And at least that's my opinion. So it's 120 OC in 3 days. That's a lot. You know what I mean? Because not everybody's gonna go out of their way and farm for hours and hours and hours on end to put shit in the bazaar. You know what I mean? Like, we got jobs, we got things we gotta attend to, kids, women, things like that. You know what I mean? There's a lot we gotta do. I honestly wish the Cybertip would hear this. You know what I mean? Because I'm not just speaking for things I want to see. I'm just making things for mostly the community as in a whole would probably agree with. I've been playing this game for 6 years. I've had a lot of opinions about a lot of shit. So it's just, you know, in my opinion, you know, that's just my synopsis of what should be done. At least what 3 main things that should be done in this game is when we open up a party, there should be a button. We'll be the head of the party, so there'll be an add bot button. So if you need 2 bots, 3 bots, whatever, so there should be an add and a remove bot in case you want to go and farm 105 mags from whatever the zombie crossing or some shit. You know what I mean? So you need 3 on 3-man hell or whatever, 3-man hard for the best chances. You know what I mean? So I think that should be a thing. Because not everybody's going to be on the game 24/7 holding a party. Because if you glitch a party, you're going to get banned. You'll get a warning, then you get banned. Double drop. Do it too much, you get a warning. Keep doing it, you get another warning. You know, do it again, get banned. So honestly, I think that's a really bad idea. Just to ban random ass people, because they want just to do this shit as fast as possible and not have to sit here for 10 hours doing what I'm doing. Honestly, like, I think there should be modes in the game specifically, at least on dungeons that matter about XP farming, that statistically show that people grind mostly for XP. I think there should be a mode to increase that XP and strictly for XP. So that means you're not lagging as much, so no Ryu or drops. If you want to do drops, you go to hell, things like that. The hell mode. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, honestly, like, and stop increasing our fucking level. That's also another thing. Like, give us better weapons. And for the love of God, don't make them to the point where you gotta spend your life to farm them. Like, the latest weapon we have is 133 as an added part. And those things, even the Eternal Ice, Fortune of the Frozen, they take a long time to farm. Things like the Darkfin weapon takes a long ass time to farm. For people who basically have a job and have to balance out work-life kind of stuff, like what do I need to do? Do I want to come home from work at 6 o'clock, spend 7-8 hours knowing I gotta get back up at work, and I drive, let's say 30 minutes, hour away, however far away you live from work. So I gotta, let's say me, I gotta start driving to work at around 5:30 because I live an hour and a half away. I get home at 5. By the time I get here from my hour and a half drive, it's around 6:30. And if I'm low on food, I gotta get food. If I, need to get my car some gas, that kind of stuff. So it's like, why keep making weapons so fucking hard to grind? I mean, by no means do I agree with them being hard to grind. Being easy to grind, excuse me. I mean, obviously, if it's a good weapon, it should be a little difficult, but not as difficult to where you gotta spend 3-4 days, weeks on end. Like, some people here work from home. Some people have more free time to do these things, so it takes really like a less time. But then again, it's not about how long it takes, about making it more pleasing for the player. Like, a game should be grindy, such as this. It's a hack and slash and an RPG. Games like this should be grindy, but it should not be as grindy as they're making it with every single fucking content that they're leading. Like, like events. Like, holy hell. Who cares about the fucking summer event? Who cares about a treasure chest Neon that you roll for fucking horn sculptures and only get 3 or 10 out of one out of each reset, which is most of the time it's 10 resets. Who cares? Give us events that matter. Like Darkfin, Return of Darkin, Yogg. There's some new players here that need Yogg. They need their mags, you know what I mean? Like, I think honestly that we should have a community poll for what events to vote on. And honestly, and think of it this way, people who need Yogg. So if there's more people who want to vote for said, let's say Yogg, or a Return of Yogg, because I don't even think did we get the third one yet? I don't even remember. Because we were supposed to get Yogg 1.5 years, 2 years ago. Never happened. So people who want the mags and such from Yogg, let's say they burn through their energy, and let's say, well, okay, well, I'm willing to spend $30-40 for energy to grind out this amount of, weapon or whatever amount of drops they should have. They're going to be making more money. They're also going to be making the community happier, and people are going to start looking at Onigiri again, and it's going to start growing. Instead of them branching out, making a bunch of different ones with consoles, like, oh yeah, Xbox got deleted. PC got deleted. Even though statistically there's more people on PC than there is on consoles. Literally. It wasn't the PC people that decided to say, oh yeah, hey, fuck Onigiri, we don't want to play it no more or whatever. It's just because they're doing a lot of things what they want to do and not worrying about what the community wants as a whole. And it makes no sense. Like, I understand some developers want to do what they want to do, but sometimes you really gotta shut the hell up and take the L and listen to the community. I just named 3 main things inside this one stream that should be a focus on this game. You know what I mean? If I had to choose 2 more subjects, maybe stuff a little more cosmetic. You know what I mean? Like, some people love the outfits on this game. I honestly think a lot of the outfits they come out with are looking crappier and crappier by the second. I'm sorry for those who are just listening to me rant. I get it, I'm sorry. When I get passionate about something, I will talk about it a lot, and I will not shut the fuck up. So I would just suggest just mute sound, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. It's hard to really see this, you know what I mean? I think anybody who is as passionate about this game as me should let their voice be heard and not be afraid to let it out. You know what I mean? There are people on this game. I know a person on this game now who has spent $31,000 on this game. Literally. Kind of stupid, to be honest, in my opinion, but hey, more power to them. So, it's just, you know, there's a lot of things that need to be focused on, like, who thought in their right mind my room was a good thing? Now, let's take this my room as, like, maybe let's make this my room thing a little bit more interesting, shall we? So, anybody who's acquainted with my room, you can go in your room and put different ornaments and whatever in your room. Now, what if those ornaments they don't give you a big advantage, but let's say they give you boosts in some sort of area. You know what I mean? Like, let's say this ornament gives you maybe a slight free boost. Nothing too drastic, but just to be awarding, say, hey, you got this ornament, you spent for it, here you go. You got it from an event, you grinded for it, here you go. You know what I mean? Like, it should be that kind of thing. Like, what the hell do we do in my room? Like, we just put ornaments there, and then what? Most of the time, we don't even go into it. So I think, you know what I mean, we can ornament or whatever accessories, whatever hell people want to call them, should give slight boosts. You know what I mean? Just like Premium does. Or whatever you call the Premium little thing we buy for 100. I think they should give slight boosts as well. Honestly, just to make it more, you know, easier just easier on the community and for people who maybe need to work a lot. You know what I mean? Pull a lot of overtime and things like that. Because not everybody's gonna have time to play this game. It's gonna be maybe an hour here, get off. Maybe 30 minutes here, get off. You know what I mean? Maybe an hour before work, and maybe before after work you get 2-3 hours in before you gotta go to sleep. You know, that kind of thing. I mean, does anybody agree with what I'm saying? Or am I just, you know, being stupid? I don't know. I'm just very passionate about the game, man. So many things that could literally help the game that I'm thinking of going through my head right now. It's ridiculous. And I'm wondering how the hell they haven't thought about it. But us as a community have thought about it. But when we get our answers put in, it's like, oh yeah, well that seems interesting. We'll get right back to you about that. Okay. 3 years later, nope, nothing has been said. I mean, I know Cyberstep is trying, but honestly, please stop biting more you can chew. Because it gives you a bad rep to sit there and open up a game for a certain console and have to immediately close it down because you don't have the funds to support it. Maybe if you really thought about what people are saying, what events we want, and what we think should be better in the game, maybe that'll make you more money. Instead of going by educated guesses of maybe they'll like this. Oh, we can give them an event that they can complete in a day, and then all of a sudden we lose players because they don't have nothing else to do after they complete it. Why is our game dying? That's why. Oh, why do we get a bad rip on our updates? Because they're random. They're not. They don't listen to us about what we want. And I mean, honestly, it just makes no sense, man. Make it more better for players that are more based on free to play. Like I said, login calendar. Instead of 10 OC, why not 30 OC? So in 3 days you get 120 OC. Obviously that would be free OC. So things you can only spend it on, let's say, OC or free energy restores, revives, just things that you can spend on for free OC, and obviously keep it balanced with paid OC. So if you get paid OC, you can use things in Bazaar or roll the premium in, things like that, man. Like, honestly, so many ideas that I am throwing out in the stream and that other streamers have probably mentioned long before me. Like, they need to listen. This is why this game is dying, and we're telling you this. What, why, when you should do it, and maybe how. Like, anybody in the chat who may like this game for Ani outfits, have you ever thought that an outfit should honestly have some sort of aura? Just some sort of aura, to where it's just not plain clothing. Just to be better. Because we get a lot of weapons that have auras. Even now, a lot of the new weapons that take 10 years to grind don't have no auras. And it's like, what the hell? Now let's say some of those weapons that we have, you know what I mean, that are past, I don't know, I would say that are past maybe 120 as a requirement. Maybe even 115s should have like an auras around them. And if they don't have auras, maybe let's say that player, if you pass a certain level, should have like an aura automatically applied to that weapon. So if you hit 130, let's say your aura should be white or green or blue, whatever the hell color they choose from the color spectrum. You know what I mean? That's just, I'm just thinking of more of cosmetics, less aesthetics than what should make the game function better. I think the server merge they've done is moving in the right direction, but it still doesn't help the game with the DCs. It still doesn't make the grind less horrible. It makes no sense, man. Again, I'm sorry for ranting, but I only do this with a lot of games that I love, and I really don't really rant. The only other game I have really ranted on would be Warframe, but most of my Warframe content's gone. So, because I deleted it and it just became an Oni game, because I got so far into this game that I'm like, fuck Warframe! And now you go back and look at Warframe for how crazy this shit is now, it's like, no way! Because I don't want to go to different worlds and see this and this shit and that shit, and it's like, it's overwhelming. I know I may not be making sense to a lot of people, but I don't know. Like, give us things that matter, man. Honestly. Stop giving us shitty ass vanguards that no one gives a fuck about nowadays. Make our vanguards maybe equally as strong in their own way, or let's say the S tiers and all that be able to handle their own side. But I think all the S tiers, oops, did I know it was that low? I think all the S tier, the SS tiers should be 150 at least. You know what I mean? If there's the double S, but I know that all the S tier vanguards should be 150. Whether it's a speed farming frame or a speed frame, Jesus. Whether it's a speed farming vanguard, a AoE vanguard, well, there's mainly only two vanguards in the game, so you have one for farming and one for just boss killing. So I think all those in the S tier should be 150'd. And I think, you know, maybe like community skins for like community skins for vanguards or for mounts. That with the accommodation, if they add effects to them and things like that, as long as it's nothing dirty and all that. But you know, I think a lot of people that hear what I have to say, I think a lot of people would, if I had like hundreds of people that love Onigiri like right now in the chat, I guarantee you a lot of them would probably agree with me with what I am saying. If you play the game for 6 years, you kind of really pay attention to what people say in the chat and things like that more than like the devs and them do. And you kind of see what people want, what people wish to see, what would make the game better. And we're just sitting around like, oh, these fantastic ideas, and they're not listening. That is why the game is dying. Because developers should always listen to their community. As long as it's nothing fucking stupid. But if it's something that would help the game step up from what it currently is to what it could be, then by all means listen. Take the thumb out your ass and just listen. You know what I mean? Like, that all of them are sitting there probably in their own little world in Cyberstep or in their little offices or whatever, and probably just all fingering each other saying, what the fuck update do we add next? Oh, I know. Why not listen to the community? Because we're fresh out of ideas. Okay. Because that's one thing, even me as a game developer myself, when I get stuck... Hey, Wolfie. When I get stuck, when I'm making my games on Roblox and stuff like that, and I don't know what other update to add, I will join random ass servers and just ask people on my game, hey, what else? What do you want to see? And you know what I mean? I'll jot notes down and things like that, and just listen. You know what I mean? Because they give us the same events over and over and over again, just maybe slight differences with them. Just maybe slight differences that make that, like, whatever. Yes, people who wonder, yes, I do play Roblox, and I've been playing it for about a decade now. Get over it. Another grindy ass platform. That's one thing that Genshin is doing very well, is listening to their fucking community. Like, Cyberstep, take some pointers from Genshin. You'll learn a thing or two. Now, they're just as bad with the power creep thing, but... Like I said, any Vanguard that falls within the S tier, whether it's a boss Vanguard or a speed Vanguard, please, for the love of God, 150 them. Maybe add different parts of the maybe add different things that you can do with that Vanguard. You know what I mean? Different, well, we have outfits, but all walk behind a fucking paywall or an event. Maybe add in a new whole section of upgrades for that Vanguard. You know what I mean? Once you 150 every other Vanguard, like make friendship matter. Like, what does friendship do in the fucking game? Like, other than increase the level and maybe give you a few extra slots, or maybe a 100k difference of a damage. I'm good, Wolfie. How are you? I'm just ranting about what can make this game better. Honestly, just pitching ideas and things like that. As a fellow person of the game, and as a developer myself. While I farm my life away on XP. But honestly, like I said, a step in the right direction would maybe be to fix drop tables. Like, why the hell do we get more rare items over more common items? And sometimes that's a given, and sometimes that doesn't work, but it shouldn't be sometimes. You know what I mean? It should be half and half. I think, I don't know, like, I mean, I'm running out of ideas now, but I'm sure somebody in the comments or somebody is going to end up saying, oh, what about this? How does this sound? I think Oni needs just to, for it to grow as a platform, as a video game, because I honestly think this game, in my opinion, is one of the best MMO hack and slash games on this fucking PS4 and PS5, in my opinion. And they have so much room. If they really were to pay attention, really would listen to us, I honestly believe that this game could even compete with things like Genshin. If they really would fucking listen. Honestly, that's one thing that they have not been doing. At the start, at the beginning of the game's life, it was good, you know what I mean? Nice content, nice vanguards, and all of a sudden it just became from that to just buh. Why? Like, what about adding bots, man? As a party recruitment thing, adding and removing bots to help you farm, because we can't glitch them. Why not just kind of ease that into it and see how people think and see what people think? Something very fucking simple to do. Even very simplistic to script, depending on what software you're using to script with. Me, as a developer, I use Lua. I like Lua. Very simplistic, very easy. But you can make it as complex as you really want to. You know what I mean? So people who want to, let's say, copy the fucking game, and then all of a sudden, like, what the fuck does all this mean? Because you're not the developer that made it. Only the said developer knows how to read their own code. So it's just, you know, instead of like having people, or force other people that maybe be willing to go out their way to farm, let's say, I don't know, what's one, a Hunter mag, or by all fucking means, a Ronin mag, to farm a Ronin mag for said person, and then put it on the bazaar, but then again, it's locked behind a paywall. You can't buy that item until you put that money into the game. So it's like, well, what the hell? People got life they gotta deal with. People got wives and husbands and kids, dogs, whatever to worry about. Not everybody's just gonna say, oh yeah, here's 300 bucks. Oh yeah, wait, I gotta grind 7 hours when I have work in 2. Like, does anybody agree with what I'm saying? Or do I just seem a little too harsh? I think, like I said, a free thing to do for people that may get people a little more excited to log into the game every day would be 30 OC a day. Why the fuck 10? 120 in 3 days, that's feasible, and obviously it still be locked because you're not gonna spend free OC on Bazaar and things like that, so it keeps it balanced. You want something that you can only buy with money, you have to drop money into the game. But if you want, let's say, to go for your level, you know what I mean, instead of getting 10 OC a day, 10 days, that's 100 OC, you know what I mean, that's nearly 2 weeks of waiting just to get 100 OC so you can grind. That's 10 restores. 10 restores, maybe if you're 130, will get you from 130 to like maybe a half or a quarter and a half ish. So it's like, you know, 30 OC a day I think is more than doable. And obviously free OC be spent where free OC needs to be spent at. Anybody agree? I agree. I think that'll get people a little more hopeful about the game. And obviously they can still keep the Bazaar idea with, oh yeah, if you want to make OC by grinding items for other people, there you go. There's free OC, there's free bought OC right there. You just got to put in the work. If you want to buy OC, by all means, there's that option too. But two of the main components in the game, honestly, community polls. Community polls would be one of them for people to actually vote on what event they want. Me personally, I've been waiting for Yogg. I've been waiting and waiting, and they said we'll get Yogg 2-3 years ago. It never fucking happened. We've been getting a bunch of fucking bullshit events. But as me as a person, and me as a developer, as I'm gonna speak this way, if we get a tiny ass event that takes like 2 days to complete, why not sit there and maybe, I don't know, let's say make that baby event be free for energy, no energy required. You know what I mean? And have like a big event in the game that's not located in the same area to reduce lag and strain on the servers. You know what I mean? Or if we get small events, why not bump up OC? You know what I mean? Why not bump up OC so it's more... At least you have more sense to log into the game. It's like, oh yeah, my event's done. I don't really feel like logging in for 8 OC a day or 10 OC a day. 30 or 40. That's feasible. Why not? Then I can use that OC to buy restores or whatever. Or roll me in. Maybe there's a nice outfit I want. There you go. But obviously they can only spend it in the free Neon. They can't spend free OC in the premium Neon because that's only for bought OC only. Does, like, see a point what I'm saying? Let me go check my YouTube real quick in case my chat's not glitching, because sometimes YouTube be funny. See a point what I'm saying? Let me go check my... Who the hell? YouTube real quick in case my chat's not glitching, because... Nice profile picture, Wolfie. I was like, what the hell is that? Or a YouTube picture or whatever people want to call it. Emblem. I don't know. Like, if there's any mod listening to the game or listening to what I am saying, or Cyberstep or anybody that's on Cyberstep, please take this stream, take Oro's information stream on what can make the game better, and please just fucking listen to it. I know it's a very hard thing to say and hope for, but you'll be surprised what a community can do for a game. Especially when the devs are actually paying attention to that game, because I have seen so many games that are amazing die because not because they're not adding content, because they're not listening to the community and what they want. Instead of like, oh yeah, here, let me stick my finger in my ear, let me stick my finger up your ass, and let's say we add them an event that takes only a day to grind, and wait, why is our game dying? Wait, why is there only there's only 100 people playing across all servers? Oh, why not add mobile, which is going to make more strain for us to worry about what update do we add? Instead of just focusing on one main area. Like, it came out on PS4 first before any other console, leave it there. Like, statistically, Xbox, PS4, and PC are the three most things that are played right now. And PS4 is actually more than Xbox, but then again, PS4 and Microsoft or PlayStation and Microsoft have always been at each other's throats. So, some people prefer Microsoft interface, some people prefer, PlayStation interface. Whatever floats your boat. But I personally was a Microsoft person to begin with. I had a regular, old school Xbox, then I went to a 360, then a 360 Connect, things like that, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I never really liked it. But out of the Oni thing, like, also, one other thing that I actually, now that I'm looking at this, and actually thinking about it, if we are trying to repeat a dungeon, we should have the option to where when we complete said dungeon, to repeat it automatically. So it put us back at the beginning and reset the whole dungeon. Instead of having to scroll through this long ass wording list. That makes sense to do. That's easier to do. May not really matter too much, but it just makes it easier instead of like, oh, you did a dungeon. Okay, we're gonna put you back at this laggy ass area. Hopefully you don't DC by other people spamming mounts and blah 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 or having all these effects and things. And yeah, and you have to scroll through this laggy list where it takes 10 years because it's either all the way at the top or all the way at the bottom. I think you should have the option to repeat dungeon on completion. And if they want to cap that behind, let's say you can only do that when you triple S the dungeon. Okay, cool. Most people can do that. Do you see my point now? Like, there's so many fucking things that if you just pay little attention to it, it can go a long way. Like, you see, like, do you see how long this takes? Loading all the assets, loading all the effects and the players and all this other shit. Like, you'll sit here for a good portion, like, let's say I pop one boost. About 10 minutes of that boost is going to be dedicated to just this. As opposed to 40 seconds in the dungeon. So many juicy ideas. I wonder if anybody agrees. Like, I just want to take cyber steps, button go and just say, wake the fuck up. This is why your game's dying. Listen to us. Because some people just love this game. I don't want to see the game die. But if every server else is dying, then what about this? Like, is JP gonna finally die out too? Oh, hey, sorry, we're gonna shut down the servers because we're not making enough money. Bye! Thanks for your dedication. Thanks for your money. Why? Why not just listen to the fucking community, man? Makes more sense. Especially when you're running dry on ideas. And rerunning the same shit. And maybe let's not... And honestly, let's make it to where the community can also maybe pitch some ideas for an event that has never existed before. So a brand new setting, a brand new idea, things like that. Not something that's already been done. And here's a rerun of it. Like, I think that should be voted for too. So if someone wants y'all, I think that should be voted for. But honestly, I think they should also have a sideline for people who want to maybe just pitch an idea for an event. What should be added, like a Christmas event or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, what should be added for Christmas? Should it look like there? I know there are some events on JP where you can do, for at least for Christmas, some of those events you can do so many times and get lucky enough to get a Vanguard scroll. We have never fucking had that. We gotta buy our shit. We don't get handouts. We get 10 OC a day, as opposed they get like 30 a fucking day. Like, hello. Now you know why the US is dying? I wish I could do Walter's voice from Jeff Dunham because... I may sound like I'm repeating the same shit, but... maybe they'll listen. Maybe I'll annoy them enough. Like, I do honestly believe that even the graphics on this game needs an overhaul. But I do believe that this game needs an optimization overhaul. Like, fuck graphics. Optimize the game. So we can stop DCing every 20 seconds. Like, I stood idle for 5 minutes eating my eating my food and waiting for this dude that said he was gonna buy outfits from me. I DC'd 3 times by doing nothing. Just sitting here. Like, what the hell? Why? No, I think they should bump up things that are like graphic wise, like this, like these graphics are really old. You can tell how old they are. This game was made back in 2013, and as like this here, the PS3 or excuse me, PS4 can handle this without a problem. But you got PS4 Pro and then PS5. Like, shouldn't the graphics be better instead of looking like a lower grade demo bullshit? Because they're like, Genshin is mainly very awarded for how beautiful the game is. Like, you can keep this kind of grade going, but like, maybe make things better, man. Like make my eyes thank me for looking at this game. Like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Make effects look better. Make them look prettier and things like that. It's not a word, but you know, whatever. Like, look at this grass, for example. Like, what the fuck is this? Is this grass? Dirt or gravel? Because look at this. What is that? Roblox graphics look better than this shit. I'm just saying, bro. And that's just the aesthetic sides. Like I always say, community and optimization prior. Optimize and listen to your community, and then add in whatever the hell graphic improvements you want. But obviously graphic improvements should be included with optimization, because that's in the bundle of optimization. Because you're optimizing and you're improving. And my fucking boost ran out, and I was not paying attention to that. Like, that's one of the most frowned upon things of this game, is the DCing. Is the lack of players. And most of that has to do with how pay to win this game is sometimes. And just random ass events that don't fucking matter, man. Like, no one's gonna pop in on the game for, let's say, a rerun of Satan, and oh yeah, here's a treasure chest in the end with a bunch of bullshit that we don't care for. Okay, bye. No one's gonna stick around for an event that's gonna take literally a couple hours to finish. Because players like me that want something to do on Oni, like sometime, and even though there's a lot to do on Oni as for me right now, but let's say I get all my shit that I want. Now I'm just waiting on updates. So we get a small event. I think we should be rewarded based upon that, because if it's a small event and it takes like 2 hours to do, what the fuck? Like, add a big event beside it, make that free event free of any energy cost that there is. You know what I mean? And we've had a few of that, a few events that were like that, where you had a secondary event and a primary event. And I think they need to do more of that. I definitely think they need to do more community, like a community poll of some sort, because it makes no damn sense to just. Because before everything, I mean, I don't know if anybody in the chat is an OG of the game, but before we used to be able to know what the hell was coming. Because some of the events were based on season, like, oh, Halloween, so it means there's gonna be some sort of Halloween event. Oh, summer, so it means the summer festival may be coming, or whatever, or something expiring to that. Now it's just, you'll get a summer festival in December, you'll get a December event in Halloween. What? And one thing about me is I fucking hate unorthodox companies. Like, I hate unorganized companies, whether it's in real life or in person. If you are told that this will happen, so let's say you get a job and they say, oh, we'll hire you on this day, or we'll put you here at this amount of time, and they're very unorganized about it and get to other people, but not you. It pisses me off, and to the point where I want to throw something and hurt somebody. Like, I hate unorganized shit. It drives me fucking nuts. Alright, let's go see how many tickets we got. Before I do another one. And honestly, if I don't level up this one, I'm just gonna grind the rest off camera. And do 132 to 130, or excuse me, 133 to 134 on camera. Because I do gotta get ready for work. But thank you for the one viewer who's just sitting here listening to my bunch of bullshit rambling. Do appreciate it. You're probably over there with your you know, volume off or some shit, just watching me do this, or I don't know. Either way, I only have 1,400 tickets. That's some bullshit there. And I don't have any 30-minute boosts, so fuck. Because that's not going to be able to level me up. I need at least 2,300 to level up. At least 23 to 2,600. Fuck, dude. Fuck my life. Do I have any 30-minute boosts? Because 1,400 will probably get me to right about here. Where my cursor is. Right here to the E in my name. That'll be about it. If I had around 2,600 to maybe like 3,400, I'll probably be maybe like right here to the 8, which I can grind a little bit more and maybe get past the 2 in the last digit of the amount of energy you have, and probably grind the rest in Duke Creek or some shit. So, but I need at least 3,000. I did not click that. I clicked storage. Thank you. What the fuck? Ew. Go away. No one likes you. Do I have any like 30-minute boosts that are like decent-ish? Nope, I don't. Fuck me. Bunch of 60-minute. And to be honest, I really do not feel like sitting here for no hour. What time is it? 9? I might be able to do it. Depends on how. It also depends on how much is left. Like if there's a shit ton left, more than likely that's what's gonna be. Yeah. I'd rather sit here and watch like Netflix or some shit for the next hour and relax, and then go to sleep. Because 1,400, I am more than confident, is only going to get me to maybe barely at my energy. At the E in my energy. Because 2,600 to 3,400 would get me pretty square. But I also have heard tell that 133 is the hardest fucking level to farm. Past that is easy as shit. Don't know though. Alright. Let's nom nom all this. Oh lord, is that even gonna be... Am I even gonna get to the E? Almost. Oh yeah, wait. Oops. Oh yeah. Barely. Yep, almost to the E. Almost. So that's maybe around... So from here, roughly, to here for 2,000... Oh my god, dude, that's like... Sorry, my position. That's maybe another full hour of farming. And a half. Roughly. Now, if I was doing double drop, I would have went from there to more like from there to fucking here. I would have double that amount I just put in. Because you're doing one extra run. Math, y'all don't need help with that. You're probably smarter than me at math. Anyway. Ugh. That's maybe about an... So that 1,400 coming from there. That's maybe... I would like to say 4,000 more tickets until I can level up. 36 to 4,000, around that area. Fucking hell. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. How much fucking XP do I need? Sheesh. I still need 200 billion. Nope, is that 200 billion or 20 billion? I can't read. Ones, tens, hundreds, bills, okay. That's 10. About 40 billion. 30-ish billion. Which is equivalent to 3,000 tickets. Right? I think 1,000 is 10 bill. So roughly 3,500 tickets. Yeah, because 10 tickets is 100 mil, 100 tickets is a bill. Wait, 1,000 tickets, 100 billion? No fucking way. That should be 10 billion for 1,000 tickets, right? Math. So I need 3,000 more tickets. And each boost that I'm doing is providing about 15 to 1,600 tickets. So that's basically a boost and a half. So that's an hour and a half. Fuck, man. Jesus. Why is 133 so fucking hard? What the fuck? Like, I would have done 134 like twice by now. Huh. Jesus, man. How many injury resorts did I go through for that? Shit. Like 14, 15? So I'll need 30 more restores. Fucking whack. So 300 OC worth of restoring should get me to 133. And I do have that right now. But I really don't feel like grinding this shit again right now for now. I've done this twice already. And there's just a part of me that wants to grind the rest of it out right now. But then again, that means I won't stop. That means I won't stop until 11 o'clock and I need my fucking sleep for work, so. Anyway, thank you guys for, I'm gonna go ahead and change this real quick because I know it's not 2,000 tickets, it's 4,000. But I thank you guys and girls for, what the fuck was that? For watching. We're going to take a break. Maybe I might come back and farm it again. 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to. So I'm gonna say, you know, for now, we're just gonna log off and enjoy the grind, or enjoy a day off of grinding. Because let's be honest, that's an hour and a half more grinding. That's around 12 o'clock, 12:30 until I get done, and I need my sleep because I got to get up at 5. Well, 4:45. So, thank you guys so much. And if you have any ideas, or maybe you have some suggestions about improvements, be sure to comment it, man, and let me know. And maybe I'll blow up Cyberstep and fucking say, hey, look, show them screenshots. Say, here, look, this is what people want. Heh. Maybe send them this fucking video and. Because I touched like 6 things in this damn one stream of an hour of what can make the game better. But thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you have a safe night, sleep, or safe day. depending on where you live.